Welcome to SantaPod Raceway, England for the main event, the first round of the 2019 FIA and FAM European Drag Racing Championships. With 2 days of qualifying leading into Monday's eliminations, there should be plenty of action to keep the fans entertained, and the class that plenty have come to see has to be Top Fuel, those 10,000 horsepower nitromethane burning monsters. So can 2018 champion Anita Mäkelä do it again?
Well, I do hope so, but it's going to be tough work. But we are prepared for that, but we'll see that very shortly.
Well, we had an event here at Easter and Liam was running 390s, so he's obviously going to be very strong competition.
That's right. I think Liam has been always very fast, but he has had a little bit lack of consistency. But the Easter showed that he is in that consistency level where he needs to be to win the event. So he's going to be fast, I'm sure.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we had a great start in testing and we couldn't have wished for more, really. We've got a real good standard now, so yeah, we know where we are.
Any changes over the winter?
Yeah, we've done a few, just uprated sort of fuel systems and things like that, but only sort of minor tweaks, really. Like, we proved that we can run the numbers, so there wasn't that much need to change anything else. It was more just consistency.
In terms of the opposition, obviously Anita's going to be there. A few new drivers this year, so how are you thinking it's going to go?
Yeah, I mean, there's always Anita, isn't there, but yeah, I mean, Maya's got a really good car. Suzanne's got a good car, though she's not doing full season. I know Stig, he's upgraded loads of stuff, so it's going to be a tough one. Yeah.
So this year is unique in top-level motorsport, as 50% of the competitors in Top Fuel are female.
I'm very thrilled that half of the Top Fuel drivers are ladies. So let's see if it will be battle between men and ladies, but yeah, we'll see.
On to Q1 then. So the first pair is India Erbacher in the right-hand auto glim lane against Maya Uchien in the left energy check lane. Both of these drivers are quite new to Top Fuel, India debuting in competition last year, and this is Maya's first FIA competition. And good launches from both. Off the power before the stripe, but still getting a good opening time on the card, and it looks like the track is going to be good this weekend. The OK to fire up the next pair is given Anita Mäkelä and Liam Jones. Both these cars are proven 3-second runners. Liam put in some storming testing runs at Easter's Festival of Power, so he must be fancying his chances against Anita this year. Usually the first qualifying session is very much a tentative test to see what track conditions are like, but we've already seen strong launches from the previous pair. Pulling up to the line before all hell breaks loose. Storming runs here. Liam goes 388 to Anita's 409, so number one qualifier after the first of 4 scheduled sessions is Liam Jones. And it's not only the track that's in good condition.
Yeah, there's been like 4 years hard work really to change it. Basically how it's ended up now, I've negotiated a new deal with the FIA on behalf of a new company we've set up, which has all the tracks as shareholders, plus the speed group. So there's 5 parties in it now that are equal shareholders in the company, and that company will now run the championship.
Back to Top Fuel with Suzanne Callin, wife of SantaPod CEO Keith Bartlett.
Yeah, I mean, Suzanne, my wife, she comes from a drag racing family. I come from racing the best part of all my life. So we are a drag racing family already. The difference is she, we had brought 3 kids up, so she was took a bit of a sabbatical, which she thought might have been permanent. So the kids are offhand a bit. Well, they're not offhand. They're now racing in Junior Dragster. I mean, they put their toe in the water the season before last, thought it was okay. Last season they ran stock, said I love it. Now one's in Modified A, one's in Modified. So the natural step was put Suzanne into Top Fuel.
And this is Suzanne with the Slick Tricks Racing Dragster, this time out facing Stig Neergaard in the Lucas Oil-backed Eye of the Storm. Suzanne didn't record a time in Q1, Stig ran a 6.1. storming runs here. 4.01 for Suzanne and a 3.91 for Stig. Everyone seems to have a handle on the track conditions right from the off. Next up is veteran racer Mickey Kagared in the orange Baco Dragster and the UK's Tethys in the purple Mustard Pet machine. Mickey off the power early and a huge engine explosion for Tethys, still running a 441 at 215 miles per hour, and that means a big rebuild job for the crew overnight to get ready for tomorrow's sessions. It's the ladies now, Maya Uchien right lane and India Urbacher in the left lane. Maya's driving a car from the Runa Field Motorsport team for the year, and there's nothing that Runa doesn't know about tuning top fuel cars. India and Tethys, for that matter, are both driving Team Urbacher cars. But a problem for Maya, the car won't move forward into stage, so a solo for India. And another car in the threes, 394 at 302 miles per hour. On board Anita's car for this final pair. And she's facing UK's Liam Jones in the CBD Asylum Dragster. Both these two put in perfect passes in Q1, so they know what works on this track, but they'll be experimenting to see if they can improve things. A flash from Liam's engine just before the 1,000-foot finish line, and Anita takes number one spot with that 387. Not a trouble-free run though, looking good, then a slight move left at the finish line and the car drifts into and scrapes the wall.
Well, yeah, it was kissing the wall, so it wasn't what we planned, but that happened and we lost the front wing, but otherwise the car is just fine.
I mean, obviously we want to run quicker, but yeah, we're relatively happy at the moment, sitting second just behind Anita, but yeah, I'll do. Probably use tomorrow more to get geared up for Monday, if that makes sense. So see where we are, and it's going to get progressively worse the weather, I think. So we'll just see. Yeah, we just change accordingly. So
after many years out of the sport, Suzanne Callin has just put in a great first full pass.
Yeah, I've been a little bit apprehensive. I was like, I'm going to take it slow and take it easy. I said, but now the biggest obstacle is done. I've had my full pass, so now we can start to get moving.
It's a very good start to qualifying. Half the teams are pretty much 3 seconds or are going to be in there. There's not going to be any easy races, are there, in this class now?
Definitely not. Like a 401 and I'm number 5. I'm on the 5th place. So yeah, no, it's going to be hard.
So at the end of day one, it's Anita at the top with half the field already in the threes and several more knocking at the door. Time to catch up with long-time competitor Mickey Kagared.
No, it isn't. We struggle around a little bit, and a new part, a new clutch. Yeah, it's not so easy, but we are really close to have a good run now. But we're dropping some cylinders, so yeah, we see what's happened here.
Qualifying session number 3, and with 8 cars entered for an 8-car field, everyone's already qualified. Today the drivers will be experimenting with possible setups, so there's a good chance that full passes won't be the order of the day. The weather's been challenging so far today with several rain delays. Tomorrow's also forecast to be on the cool side. Maya Uchien right lane against Mickey Kagared left lane. Huge crowds here on the bank at SantaPod. Half the field in the threes already, but still no full pass for Mickey. Maya improves to a 4.11. Anita in the left lane, Liam in the right lane. And Anita's flying on this one, but not improving on her previous 3.87.
Today was a good one. We struggled a little bit yesterday, but today we run a 4.11, so it's getting there. Yeah.
How many times have you actually driven this car now in total?
Let me see, it was 3 in Easter or something, and then 3 here, so it's 6.
Not bad at all after just 6 runs in the car. And into the final session, Maya this time is up against Susan Callin in the Slick Tricks Dragster and going even quicker, so close to that magical 3-second pass and loving every minute of it.
This is amazing. everything. Not only driving the car, but being around here with all the people, the spectators, team. I love everything.
India Urbacher right lane, Stig Niergaard left lane, both trying just that little bit too much and getting tyre shake. Off the power then, so no improvements there. So that's the end of qualifying, and as the cars return to the pits, final thoughts from India Urbacher.
We're really ready for the weekend now, so we're excited. We put some good stuff in the engine to show good times tomorrow.
Now that Dad isn't racing, does that mean he gives a little bit more thought to helping you in your car, or?
Yes, of course, he can help much more working on the car and bringing his experience in, and it's also cool to have him next to the car when I'm sitting in there because he calms me down and he gives me a safety feeling. So I'm learning in every run, so every run is different and I take another experience out of every run. And it's really cool to get the chance in SantaPod to run these cars and to have such a good track here, so we can really go for fast times and I can even learn much more on my runs.
We heard that racing for the Bartlett family is a real family affair. 2 daughters now compete in Junior Dragster. I wonder if they fancy driving Mum's car.
Oh, who knows? They only just started last year, so this is their second year. They got quicker cars this year, so we'll see where it ends up.
I've got to be very careful that if they do well, I don't stand and cheer or clap. So I have to rather stand quite solemnly when one of them does well and go, oh, yeah, that was good.
But no luck in eliminations for the girls. Jacqueline pulled a red light in her race, and then Lara beaten at the stripe. So race day dawns, and for the top fuel teams that means final preparations. Parachutes packed, engines fired up for final checks. Make sure there's no fluid leaks after the engines were rebuilt after the last run. Just 1 hour to go before round 1.
So, FIA Top Fuel Dragster quarterfinals, first round. 8 cars here this weekend. And everybody getting ready and set. Your first pair will be 2 young ladies. And the first one to fire up is India Urbacher, taking on a returning Suzanne Killeen. Now, India Urbacher, obviously the daughter of Urs on the far side. There she is. Went down into the 3s for the first time ever at the European finals last year. Suzanne Killeen hasn't been in a top fuel car for a long while. She actually got her licence the same time as me, way back in 2002, all that time ago. Hasn't raced for a long time, but she's definitely back with a bang. She went 4-0 in qualifying. This will be a good one. Well, lots of torching heads go on and flames coming out of places they really shouldn't have done. India takes the win, 450 at 172. Even though it wasn't the ET they wanted, the win light is what they need. Well, these two have raced each other so many times over the years. Way back when in Top Methanol, then numerous times as well in Top Fuel. Anita Merkila with the Levin Igloo, sponsored by her dad's Igloo company, would you believe, all the way up in Levi in the north of Finland. That's the Northern Lights on the side of the car. Taking on Mickey Kagarad from Sweden. Real good to see Mickey here for the first round of the championship. Anita was your number 1 qualifier down in the 380s. Well, that one was all about Anita. Flying run in round 1. And no problems at all to a 4:05 at 2:89. Mickey, unfortunately, out early. So an all-UK match-up this time round for CBD Asylum in the UK. It is Mr. Liam Jones in Runefield's Top Fuel car. He made 3 3-second passes back at Easter. He's pretty damn good in qualifying here as well. Taking on Tethys in Urbacher's other car. This one's all Liam Jones, although Tethys, though, with a terrific run, his personal best at 4:03. Liam, though, untouchable, 3:89, 311 miles an hour. That is exactly what they wanted to be doing at round 1. Stig Nygaard for Lucas Oil and Denmark, taking on another newcomer in one of Rune Fjeld's cars. She has been around for a little while, got a Top Fuel licence a couple of years ago. Not in this car though. This is Maja Utian from Norway. Stig Nygaard been around for quite a few years now in Top Fuel. Myron Stig for a place in the semis. Well, Stig smokes the tyres. Maja with problems with the finish line, but she gets the win.
It was very good. We had a great run. Could have been better, of course, but we'll see if we can do it now.
Are the conditions different from yesterday?
No, it's pretty much the same, I think. So we'll see. We had a great run yesterday also, so...
Who have you got in the next round?
I got Liam.
Could be difficult, but anything can happen in drag racing.
It can, and we both got some great cars, and we're doing is making them both go fast, so...
Plenty to do as always in the Top Fuel pits.
Yeah, it just put the road out, so the engine, we had to change engine, but the car is ready now for second round, so we're just ready to go out. We already warmed up and all is fine.
Well, the races are ready, but the great British weather had other ideas. Heavy rain meant we're on hold, but the awesome track crew here at SantaPod did their stuff. And pretty soon we're ready to go once again. So, some of our sportsman racers ran through their eliminations. Then it was time for FIA Top Fuel semi-finals here at the main event. Up first, well, first of all, India had to race returning Suzanne. Now she has Anita for fun on the other side of the racetrack. Anita, very unusually, still has a strong run in round one, went 4-0, but she's normally, well, almost always in the threes. India's been there once, that was back at the European finals last year. The car's very capable. Crew Chief Aaron Brooks from the US definitely knows how to get one of these cars down a racetrack. This could be a good one. Place in the final, first race of the year, up for grabs. India falls back. Anita, no problems whatsoever with a 4 flat, 300 miles an hour. Well, they were pretty even again off the start line. So it will be Anita in the final against one of these two. Teammates for Rune Fjeld Racing. Maja Utian, sponsored by Salmar from Norway. Up against Liam, who cannot stop running. 3.8 second passes. So Maja got her first ever round win in FIA Top Fuel earlier on. And she keep it going to get to the final. Liam Jones goes red. Waste to 394 at 305. Maja with a 432 is in her first ever final. The crew just can't believe it, unfortunately for them. So it's almost time for the Top Fuel final. Anita's been here plenty of times before, but it's a new experience for Maja. So it's also the penultimate final. It's the FIM Junior Drag Bike Cup. Blade Dummer and Meg Talbot. They run on a dial-in. That's Blade on the far side, Meggie on the near side, and it's Blade who takes the event win. Well done to him. So this is the final of this weekend's racing. Two ladies racing off. Definitely been a ladies' day here at the main event. Anita Merkula, sponsored by Levin Igluit, and Maja Utian, sponsored by Leroy from Norway. Now, up to now, Maja, the car has been a little bit hit or miss, but there is a terrific number in there. Has Rune Fjeld found it for this final round race against Anita? Anita's been a little off on race day, purely from her own normal high standards. She's been running 4.0s. She's normally in the 380s like clockwork. So, can Maja get it done? We're about to find out. I have a feeling this might happen a few more times throughout the season. It's Anita on a bye run and a new European record, 3.84 at only, unbelievably, 296 miles an hour. Problems for Maya on the start line. Very unusually, she actually backed out of stage. I can only think that was an issue with the car. Obviously not Maya. Wait till they see the number. Look at that. Absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, we had to change everything, and we ran out of time. We were thinking we might not make it, but the guys were working so hard and we're getting strapped in and getting the car ready on the way down, like in a hurry. So it was just seconds that we actually got to do it. But when I was in pre-stage, I put it on high side, and when I took my foot off the clutch, that hit the shifter. So I put it in reverse, and when I was supposed to go forward, I was just backing out of pre-stage. So.
And another amazing weekend of racing for Anita.
Isn't that? I have such a good crew, such a good car. Hey, what else can girls do?
It must be good starting off with a win, because now you think, yes, we got it last year, we can take the title again.
Of course, that's the purpose of racing, to win, and that's why we are here. But, well, racing is racing, and you never know until the last race is over.
Are you happy with the way the cars run this weekend?
Hey, European record. Yes, I am happy.
They don't call her the Queen of European drag racing for nothing, starting the season where she left off last year. The tour heads off to Sweden, Finland, Germany, and then back to Sweden again before it returns here to the UK in autumn. We'll see you back here at the Euro Finals, where all our champions will be crowned.
Welcome back to SantaPod for our third and final visit of the year. We're at the FIA FAM European Finals for what's probably the biggest drag racing event in Europe. This is the final round of the year for the European Championships in all of the professional classes, with many champions not yet decided, so it's going to go right down to the wire. Starting off with Top Fuel, and the ladies are making up 50% of the entry at this event. Relative newcomer to the class, Maya Uchien recently took the European ET record.
Yeah, the car is doing just better and better. The team is working so good, working well together, doing a really good job.
And now you've had a few more races, are you feeling more comfortable with the car? Reaction time's going well?
Yeah, it's all getting better. Like, I always felt comfortable in the car ever since I started this year, but it's just getting better and better, so it's really good.
So as we go into the final round of the year, Anita leads Maya by 61 points, so every round of qualifying and eliminations will count this weekend. The outcome is far from certain, and the bonus points awarded for being number one in each of the 4 scheduled qualifying rounds could be crucial. As the drivers get strapped into their cars, it's time to move into the first qualifying session. It may be late summer, but it's quite a cold day here at SantaPod, with a fairly strong headwind as the first machines roar into life. So we're looking at Tethys with the Mustard Bet Dragster, and in the near right lane it's Stig Niergaard from Denmark with the Eye of the Storm. Something like 10,000 horsepower per dragster. Burnouts completed, the drivers are beckoned forward into stage by chief starter Ian Marshall. Pre-stage bulbs lit first, then a few inches more to light the full stage lights. The ground shakes as the tyres spin and shake. That gives the driver the first indication of track conditions. Next time out, they'll be looking to change clutch settings and tyre pressures to get that power down to the ground. Finland's Anita Mäkelä next in the right lane, facing India Urbacher with backing from Monster Energy. 8 cars entered this weekend, but we've heard that both Maya Uchien and Suzanne Kallin are sat in the pits desperately waiting for spares to arrive from the USA. Let's hope they get sorted before qualifying ends. No problem for Anita though, into the 3.9 second zone straight away and collects the bonus points for this session.
I have such a good crew and such a good car, and they've done excellent job, so that's the result.
Now I know you had a few problems at the last round, but you seem to have cured that.
Yeah, in Sweden I was having problems just before the finish line. My car was getting very violent and I could hardly control that. But now the guys did some supporting parts more to the chassis, and this first round my car just went like an arrow, very straight. So I'm very confident again.
Deeper into the evening now, Q2 for Top Fuel, and the track's getting very cold. Not good for these cars at all. India Urbacher, tyre shake and sparks from everywhere in the engine. Huge exhaust flames from these nitro cars, and so much raw power and torque to control. Tethys closest to us, alongside the queen of European drag racing, it's Anita. By now it's getting really cold, so don't expect anything like a full pass here, but they'll certainly give it their best. So atmospheric in the lights, unburnt fuel pumping into the night, then ignition, such a spectacle. That really must be something quite special to drive.
Of course, the night session is always challenging because the track is getting cold and it's dark, it's strange for the driver. It was okay this year, it was last year, it was like horrible for me to drive there. It was like a dark nowhere. But yeah, the night session is hard to drive, so it's really hard to get good times there. I mean, even Anita, who, I don't know when she had the last tire shake, even she struggled with getting down the track, so that means a lot, so yeah. But
everyone always asks, what's it like to drive the car? And you literally can't explain, because it's so far beyond what anyone's experience. You know, most people have driven or been a passenger in a modestly fast car, and that realistically, if you put that on a drag strip, that's probably something that only does 11-12 seconds. And even a 7 or 8 second car is so far beyond anything they've experienced, it doesn't compare. And these, of course, are just on a completely different level altogether.
Q3 for Top Fuel now, and thankfully repairs completed, so everyone should be racing today. Tethys in the Mustard Bet Dragster in the right lane, and Liam Jones in the CBD Asylum Dragster. Neither driver has yet put in a full representative pass, so this one could be crucial. And Liam is off the power by 60 feet, but Tethys is looking good here. And yes, 4:08 at only 279. That jumps him up to second position in the qualifying table at the moment. The Urbacher crew, who are providing the car for Tethys, look on. Hopefully no parts broken this time round. Stig Neergaard left lane. Suzanne Kallin in the right lane. And tyre shake for both soon after the launch. Stig fails to improve on his earlier 6-second pass. Just one more shot at finding the tune now. And finally Anita and India. Anita has it cracked this weekend, but India's team seems to be struggling up to now. Tyre shake for India and a huge engine explosion for Anita. The safety crew quickly at the scene.
Yeah, it looks like we lost 2 intake valves, and after they broke the cylinder head, and that broke the flow, and that broke the injector, so we lost everything upwards. But it looks like the block is okay, and the oil pan, so we did save something as well.
Now, you know that you're number 1 qualifier at the moment, so the pressure's not on you so much as on the others, is it?
Well, but still, I want to improve my time, and I still want to, to make a quicker run. So, yeah, there's no kind of pressure, but still, I want to do better.
yeah, we were also struggling a bit this weekend, but we're just trying in qualification rounds as we anyway qualified. So we're trying to figure out to go to the 370s to sort everything for Sunday. So for us, it's kind of using qualification rounds to test new stuff. We have some brand new Stage 7 heads for this weekend, so we have to figure out a lot, but we're getting there.
So the final qualifier for FIA Top Fuel. Although everyone is qualified, there's quite a few drivers who really won't be happy with their performances or setup so far. Last chance to get it right before tomorrow's eliminations. And that wasn't what Patrick Pers was hoping for. 5-0 puts him well in the field, but at what cost repair-wise? Maya Udchen left lane and Liam Jones in the right lane. Neither driver has managed to get down the track under power yet. Both cars capable of 3-second passes, but they just can't seem to get a handle on the right setting so far. Into stage. And off they go, and it looks like Meyer can now, weaving all around at the top end, but records a 3.80 at 315 to take over number 1 spot from Anita. Still no joy for Liam. Super straight launch there, and no tyre shake.
It was amazing, yeah.
What was that planned for, or did it take you by surprise?
No, of course they know what they're doing, so it was planned. I don't know how fast they wanted to go, but it didn't last till the finish line, so the plan was even faster, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Maya. She just would beat the European record, don't you? So we're up against it, but it's a fast car. But the only problem we've got is we're up against it with the weather. It's sort of inherently bad when it's cold. So when it's hot, we fly, but we're just up against it, really. But we'll be okay.
Stig Neergaard in the right lane, Suzanne Callin left lane. 6.4 for Stig so far, 7.3 for Suzanne. The concrete track here at SantaPod's getting some heat in it after the sunshine all day. Will that help them? Tyre shake for both, which often means there's more grip on track than they expected, and they didn't hit it hard enough. The tyre marks tell the tale of the shake.
Well, we haven't had the best weekend, and I'm still feeling a bit hazy from all the shakes I've had. But we all seen what Maya just done, so yeah, we're definitely positive for tomorrow.
We've seen a lot of tyre shake. What's it actually like? Do you have any? Can you even see where you're going when that happens?
Well, it depends. Like this last one, I feel like my brain is actually a bit loose. So I'm moving very slowly, but it depends. Sometimes your vision is just, and you just feel like you're all over the place. So.
Final pair is India Urbacher in the energy check lane and Anita in the auto glim lane. So much work after that last round engine explosion. India still struggling this weekend with a best of only 9.96. Last shot at getting it right for her. And gets it right, she does. A 388 at 313 takes over the number 2 spot from Anita. The championship's not done yet. But no appearance from Tethys this session.
Yes, we did some damage. Did some damage in the first run today. Nothing major, we just didn't get it fixed in time to be out in Q4. It's not yet fixed, but we've fixed probably about 60% of it and working on the rest now. We'll be ready to be out tomorrow morning.
So as we look at the final qualifying table for FIA Top Fuel, it's time to prepare for Eliminations Day.
So into round 1, eliminations for FIA Top Fuel Dragster. Meyer Utian giving the thumbs up. This is your repeat Top Fuel champion, burning out for a round 1 contest. Anita Mekula already sewn up the title by the time we got to race day here at SantaPod. 6 rounds of the FIA Championship, been all round Europe. It's been expensive, it's been fun, but it's all been about Anita this year once again. Taking on Stig Neergaard for Lucas Oil and Denmark on the other side of the racetrack. Anyone in the round 1 draw in FIA Top Fuel these days is tough. Stig has been in 3's numerous occasions. He's actually the first European driver into the 3-second zone with the Top Fuel car. Can he do it here against Anita when it matters? Problems for Stig and a few flames as well. Anita takes it on through with a great run. 3.90, 296. Good try from Stig though at 4.06. He wasn't that far behind. See that again in replay. Yeah, a couple of car links at the finish line. Anita into the semi-final. So Meyer Utian taking on Liam Jones. Meyer, number 1 qualifier, new European record holder with a 3.80. Taking on Liam. This is a rematch of the semis from back at the main event. Big tyre shake off the start line for Liam, but he will get the win because Meyer spun the tyres instantly. The light went green.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had a perfect run all weekend. However, you've got to do what you've got to do, and we took the win like so. Yeah.
I'm guessing that obviously when you're in these cars, you can't just pedal them on and off because it can cause damage. But at the back of your mind, you're a racer, you've got to win. So do you actually balance it and think about it, or do you say, no, I'm going to win?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're pretty sparse on parts with it being the end of a season, so it's just getting that fine balance. I pedalled it once and it just shook me to pieces again. So I just sort of thought to myself, do you know what? I just hope she doesn't pass me now, and luckily she didn't. So,
well, this is a rematch of the first round confrontation back at the main event. The Slick Tricks Racing and SantaPod Raceway is Suzanne Collin taking on India Urbacher from Switzerland. India has made the whole tour this summer, has some really high points, some very, very low points as well. The highlight was a new European speed record out at TF in Sweden just a couple of weeks before this event. What she got against Suzanne here in round one. Well, Suzanne, lots of flames, a bit of a pop, and a big bang as well for India. 410 at only 236 miles an hour. That car was really on a good run till that point. Next pair from Sweden, Patrick Pers with the Speed Ghost. Taking on Tethys. He ran his quickest ever run back at the main event. He's been to a couple of extra races, done pretty well too. Lots of tyre shake for both. Patrick on and off the throttle, and he just gets there first. Sometimes Top Fuel cars run smoothly, others not so.
Problems, we cracked the window, we have some big tire shakes, so we cracked the windscreen and small stuff, and we don't have the stuff with us. We have engines, we have everything, but not the small silly stuff.
So India Urbacher getting herself set and ready to go against an all-important matchup against the newly crowned or recrowned European champion. That's Anita Michaela. Every driver has a different routine before they get into the car. Almost all of them, I think, probably involve praying as well, just to make sure everything works out okay. So, we're on with the Top Fuel semis. First, we're going to be seeing Liam Jones, who should have been racing Patrick Pers. We heard from Patrick earlier. Nice, strong launch. He will be into the final. There's other times during events where he's been really good, but very lucky indeed. But he'll take it at the end of a long season. Anytime you can progress, it's a good thing. So, with the spare engine in the Monster Energy Top Fuel car, it is India Urbacher from Switzerland, taking on one of her childhood heroes, Anita Michaela, on the other side of the racetrack. Anita's been going through quite a few parts and pieces towards the back end of the season, but the car still runs consistently very well. Problems for India fairly early on in the run. However, Anita, no such issues whatsoever. Another final round berth, 382. Her quickest run ever, 313 miles an hour. They are trying to sign off another championship season in style. Well, Anita looking very happy. On the other side of the pits, India Urbacher and the monster car rolling back under the awning. They've had one hell of a season too. Let's get some thoughts from India.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super happy with the weekend. It was a great weekend for us. We had some new guys working on the car. They did amazing. And also my guys, amazing job as always. It didn't go as we wanted today, so we really want to go for the final and win the race. But it takes 1 hour and then we're back happy and celebrating the whole season. So.
Well, first of all, Anita, congratulations on getting the championship secured. It takes a bit of the pressure off for the next round, the final, but it's going to be a difficult one. Are you looking confident? Everything good?
Yes, I'm having a full confidence on my crew, on my car, but of course we all know that Liam and his crew can be very fast as well, so we are taking him very seriously.
As we came up here, we saw you were packing your parachute. That's something which you really always do yourself, isn't it? Because it's so vitally important.
That's right, and before getting into the car, I always check that that is still good and well packed and nothing has happened to that. So yeah, it will be on my count if something happens to that.
So, our final here at the European finals is the Top Fuel. Liam Jones from the UK, the CBD Asylum, and Relive Motorsport taking on the Bionic Chicken from up there in Finland. They're chicken farmers as well, would you believe? Although I bet that guy in the chicken suit hopes that they aren't big chicken farmers today. So, Anita and the team have been outstanding. Can Liam go out with a bang? Unfortunately not. Tyre shake for Liam. A fire for Anita. However, it's still a 385 at 297 win. That's her 4th out of 6 events this year. So it's a victorious Anita returning to the pits, but first we caught up with Liam.
We were never going to give up. The blow belt went. I got back on the throttle, fed off time, and it snapped. Done the cylinder head, done a lot of damage. Gone over to a centre line, but I tried.
I have such a great team. As you know, this is teamwork.
You seem to be unstoppable.
Oh, well, thank you. Hey, you saw how fast the others are going as well, so we need to step up as well a little bit. But yeah, we'll see next year.
So the Queen of European drag racing takes her place on the top spec, beckoning Liam up to join her. And what a season it's been here at SantaPod and all around Europe as well. We've seen records fall and some amazing racing to entertain the crowds. I really can't wait to get back for the 2020 season. See you then, folks.